Welcome learners. Welcome to this session of Business Mathematics. My name is Ashish Jain. I'm an assistant professor at the Department of Computer Applications at the Bhopal School of Social Sciences. Our today's topic is linear programming. This is a brief outline of today's module. We will start with Introduction to Linear Programming. We will see importance as well as characteristics of linear programming. We will see classification of linear programming problems. We will see mathematical form of linear programming, and we will see solution to some linear programming problems. So let's begin the session. The primary aim of any business is to get maximum profit from the limited and definite available resources. The main problem before a businessman or an industrialist is to find out the optimal combination of commodities or resources which are required to produce a commodity, the quantity of each of such terms, and the process by which these commodities should be produced. The main resources include man or manpower, machinery, money, materials, capacity, etc. Sometimes it is necessary to use the mathematical techniques to obtain optimal or the best results in real-life situations in trade and business. Linear programming was introduced to help in such situations. It provides mathematical technique for estimation of optimal solutions. The concept of linear programming was first formulated by a Russian mathematician L.V. Kentrovich in 1939. After that, American mathematician George B. Dantzig developed it in 1947 for the US Air Force. Initially, the concept of linear programming was used in military and war situations. Later, several economists like T.C. Kuperman, R. Dorfman, W. Cooper, etc. have made important contributions and development in the use of linear programming. Let us see the definition of linear programming. Linear programming is a mathematical technique which is used to determine the optimal allocation of resources and obtain a particular objective when there are alternative uses of the resources available, such as money, manpower, material, machine, and other facilities. Linear programming is applicable to problems in which the total effectiveness can be expressed as a linear function of individual allocations, and the limitations on the resources give rise to linear equalities or inequalities of the individual allocations. Linear programming is a mathematical technique to study the maximization or the minimization effect, and in which the optimum solutions are obtained for the problems. Let us see the importance of linear programming. Linear programming was initially developed for military and war operations, but nowadays it is being used widely for planning, be it a statistician, economist, project planners, strategies, etc. They all use linear programming. Following are some of the important areas of applications of linear programming in the real life. It is being used in formulating the 5-year plans in areas like food grain storage, transportation, etc. In fact, Indian Railways are using the techniques of linear programming in number of areas. It is used in agriculture for crop rotation, deciding on the mix of cash as well as food crops, and the use of fertilizer, etc. Airlines uses linear programming to select the route and the allocation of aircrafts. It is also used in sorting of the baggages of the passengers. Commercial organizations use it for cost reduction and profit maximization through proper analysis. Industries use it for blending the production decisions and for the movement of the finished products out of their facilities. It is used in production management, marketing management, human resource management, etc. The main problems in which the linear programming has its application include diet problem, transportation problem, production plan problems, the problems in agriculture, food management, etc. Now we come to some characteristics of linear programming. The first characteristic is decision variables. Decision variables refers to the limited resources and is a variable in any activity which is competing with other activities for a limited resources. For example, we have a mix of resources like raw materials. Now, we can take 1, 2 or all raw materials in a certain ratio. So, to decide on these, we take this as a decision variable. That means on the basis of this we can take decisions. These variables are interrelated linearly in terms of their utilization of the resources. They are denoted by normal variables like x, y, etc. The second characteristic is objective function. It is a linear function between the variables which is used to be maximized or minimized. It is expressed as a linear function of decision variables such as a1x1 plus a2x2 plus a3x3 and so on up till anxn, where the values x1, x2 up till xn are decision variables and a1, a2 up till an are constant values for each variable. The next characteristic is constants. They refer to the restrictions or the limits, that is, a set of conditions which are determined to make solution optimum. It can be maximum or it can be minimum. These are expressed as linear equalities or inequalities in terms of the decision variables which an optimal solution must satisfy. Next characteristic is alternative course of actions. It refers to different course of actions for solving linear programming problems, so that the alternatives which optimizes the objective function can be determined. Let us understand this. We have so many solutions of a given problem, so to have an optimal solution we must analyze all these alternatives of solving a problem. Now, after proper analysis on certain factors, we decide on the optimal or the best solution suiting to our requirements. This is called alternative courses of action. The next characteristic is linearity and non-negativity condition. All decision variables must assume non-negative values and the objective function along with all the constants must be linear, that means of a single degree. Next property or the characteristic is additivity. It states that two or more variables under considerations are additive, that means you can add these variables. Divisibility. It states that in order to obtain optimum solution, the decision variables are assumed to be continuous, that is, they take fractional values. Then deterministic. The problems which can be represented in linear form are solved by linear equations using linear programming techniques. Here it is assumed that the coefficients in the model are completely known. We have some limitations of linear programming as well. Let us see those. The first limitation is it is assumed that the relation between variables are linear, while in real life situations such relationship does not exist. Second limitation is the problems in which variables are not additive cannot be solved by linear programming. Next, the concept of continuity is not exact in linear programming. Though we can take continuous variables in the form of fractions, but it is not easy to solve it. Next limitation is sometimes the optimum solution obtained through linear programming is not useful for the firm or the company. For example, if you have made a decision to always go in for the cheapest raw materials, but the quality is not that good. In order to produce high quality products, you require high quality raw materials. So you have to make changes in your criteria for selecting the optimal solution. That is why linear programming at times fail in such situations. Now we see how we classify linear programming problems. Linear programming problems can be classified on the basis of the application areas in which they are used. So we have product line problems, we have production scheduling problems, we have production allocation problems, we have production planning problems, we have product mix problems, we have diet problems, we have transportation problem, etc. The product line problems are those which are encountered while developing a product in an assembly line environment. Production scheduling involves various tasks that are scheduled in the production of a product or a commodity. Production allocation problems involve allocation of resources in different stages of production of a product. The product mix problems help to decide on a mix of products that can be marketed in a market. Diet problems involves various kinds of nutritions and their quantities Next, transportation problems. It helps in proper channelization of the finished products, allocation of resources, as well as the portability or the transfer of resources from one place to the other. Such problems are dealt using transportation problems. Now we come to a very important point, which is mathematical form of linear programming problems. So, linear programming problems can be represented in two ways using mathematical form. The first is an algebraic form, second is a matrix form. First, we look at algebraic form. In algebraic form, let the two decision variables be x1 and x2. Then linear programming problem can be represented as, first we have to decide whether we are going for a maximization or we are going for a minimization. So our objective function should be of maximizing or minimizing nature. According to the objective function, we represent z is equal to c1x1 plus c2x2. While we have a11x1 plus a12x2, which can be less than equal to, or greater than equal to the value of b1. Similarly, a21x1 plus a22x2 can be less than equal to, or greater than equal to the value of b2. And we have certain constraints like the value of x1 or x2, both should be greater than equal to 0. Here, c1, c2, a11, a12, a21, a22, b1 and b2 are model coefficients whose values are known, and x1, x2 greater than equal to 0 are called non-negativity conditions. They help to prevent the negative values. The value of x1 and x2 means that to solve a linear problems, or in case we can say that they are the roots of the linear problem. Let us see the matrix form. In matrix form, we have to represent it as optimizing function z is equal to, that is capital Z equal to capital C into capital X, where X is a matrix form using the values of X. And similarly, C is matrix form using the values of C. Subjected to condition A dot X, it can be greater than equal to, or less than equal to the value of capital B, and the value of capital X should be greater than equal to 0. In linear programming problems, we have two types of solutions. First is a graphical solution and second is a simplex solution. In graphical solution, we make use of graph, and in simplex solution, we make use of the concepts of algebra and other objects. Let us see how we formulate a linear programming problem. The first step is to determine maximization or minimization on the basis of the given information. The second step, to identify the variables whose values are to be found out and assign them the symbols x, y, x1, y1, x1, x2, etc. Third step, express the objective function as a linear function of the decision variables. Step number 4, we express the constants as linear equalities and or linear inequalities in terms of the decision variables. Then we write all the non-negative conditions we have, and at the end we write the objective function, linear constraints and non-negativity conditions together to form a model of the linear programming problem. Let us see an example. Our problem is to write the following data in linear programming problem form. We have machines M1 and M2. They can manufacture chair as well as table. So we have 5 chairs, 2 tables, and the time is 50 minutes. For machine 2, number of chairs 2, number of tables 7, and time is 130 minutes. The price of each chair is rupees 150 and price of each table is rupees 130. We have to represent this situation in terms of linear programming problem. Let us see how we do this. Let the number of chairs is equal to x and the number of tables is equal to y. This is the decision variables. The time availability of machine M1 is less than equal to 50 and the time availability for machine M2 is less than equal to 130. Also, it is given that the number of hours available per week on machine M1 is equal to 50. Therefore, we can write it in equation form as 5x plus 2y less equal 50. Let us mark it as equation number 1. Also, the number of hours available per week on machine M2 is equal to 130. That means we have an equation 2x plus 7y is less equal to 130. Let us mark it as equation number 2. It is also given that the price of chair is rupees 120 and the price of table is rupees 130. Therefore, our objective function in terms of x and y is equal to 120x plus 130y. Now we specify the condition of non-negativity. To have non-negative values, we should have the value of x to be greater than equal to 0 as well as the value of y greater than equal to 0. Hence, our mathematical model of linear programming problem is to maximize, we have the objective function capital Z is equal to 120x plus 130y. Subjected to the constraints, we have 5x plus 2y less equal 50, 2x plus 7y less equal 130, and we have non-negativity conditions. The value of x should be greater than equal to 0 and the value of y should also be greater than equal to 0. This is our required solution. Let us take another example. A company manufactures two types of bulbs, capital A and capital B, by using two machines M1 and M2. One bulb of type A requires 2 hours at machine M1 and 1 hour at machine M2 to be prepared, and one bulb of type B requires 1 hour at machine M1 and 2 hours at machine M2. The profit from each bulb of type A is rupees 2 and from type B it is rupees 3 respectively. The number of hours available per week on machines M1 and M2 are 20 hours and 30 hours respectively. We have to formulate the above problem as a linear programming problem. The aim of the company is to maximize the profit. That means we have to solve it keeping in mind the maximization function. Let us see the solution. Again, we suppose for decision variables, so let the number of bulbs of type A be x and type B as y. At machine M1, one bulb of type A requires 2 hours and one bulb of type B requires 1 hour. Also, it is given that the number of hours available per week on machine M1 is 20 hours. Therefore, we have the equation as 2x plus 1y, which is less than equal to 20. Let us mark it as equation number 1. This is the constraint for machine M1. Similarly, at machine M2, one bulb of type A requires 1 hour and one bulb of type B requires 2 hours. Also, the number of hours available per week on machine M2 is equal to 30 hours. Therefore, we have the equation 1x plus 2y less equal 30. Let us mark it as equation number 2. This is the constraint for the machine M2. It is given that the profit from each of the type of bulb, that is type A, is 2 and that of type B is 3. Therefore, the profit or the objective function we have is 2x plus 3y. The condition for non-negativity remains the same, that is x is greater than equal to 0 and y also greater than equal to 0. Therefore, we can represent mathematical model of the given linear programming problem as the maximizing or the objective function as capital Z is equal to 2x plus 3y, subject to the conditions 2x plus 1y less equal 20, 1x plus 2y less equal 30, and we have the non-negativity conditions as x greater than equal to 0 and y greater than equal to 0. This is the required solution. Let us see a graphical solution. The problem is to maximize the objective function capital Z, which is given as 20x plus 30y. Subjected to the equations, we have x plus 2y less equal 20, x plus 5y less equal 35, and non-negativity conditions are also given, which is x greater than equal to 0 and y greater than equal to 0. We have to indicate a feasible region on the graph. Let us see the solution. To draw x plus 2y is equal to 20 for the first condition, we put the value of x equal to 0, so we have the value of y as 10. Now, if we put the value of y as 0, we get the value of x as 20. Hence, we have 0 to 10 and 20, 0 are the points on the line. So, we have x plus 2y is equal to 20 as our first equation. Similarly, to draw x plus 5y is equal to 35, If we put the value of x as 0, we get the value of y as 7. If we put the value of y as 0, we get the value of x as 35. Therefore, the points on the line are 0, 7 and 35, 0. So we have equation x plus 5y is equal to 35. Let us mark it as equation number 2. On solving equation number 1 and 2, they are just simultaneous equations. We get the coordinate of the vertices, that is xy, as 10, 5. You can use any method to solve the simultaneous equations. Now we plot the graph. If you see the graph, in the graph, the shaded area, that is OCPB, is called the feasible region. The coordinates of the vertices are O00, B07, P105, C20. So we have the objective function which is given as 20x plus 30y. Now for 00, the value of z is equal to 0. For 07, the value of z is 210. For 105, the value of z is 350. And for 20, the value of z is 400. So we see that the value of z is maximum when the value of x and y are 20 and 0. So the optimal solution of this linear programming problem is that the value of objective function z is 400 when the value of x is 20 and the value of y is 0. Let us look back and see what we have covered in this module of linear programming. We have started with the introduction of linear programming. We have seen the importance and characteristics of linear programming. We have seen the classification of various linear programming problems. We have seen how mathematically we can represent linear programming. We see the steps of formulating a linear programming problem, and we have seen some numerical problems on linear programming. I hope this session on linear programming is beneficial for you and you get knowledge of linear programming from this topic. Happy learning. Thank you.